H.P. Lovecraft's universe is filled with terrifying beings. While the dark gods often steal the spotlight, there are countless other entities that are just as deadly. This video isn't a ranking of the most powerful creatures. Instead, we'll look at beings, both great and small, that no human would ever want to meet. Their danger comes not only from their strength, but from their ability to deceive, manipulate, and destroy the mind and body. The Mygo are an interstellar species that operate primarily from a planet called Shoggoth, located at the farthest edge of our solar system. Today we know this planet as Pluto, although it is no longer classified as a planet. However, Pluto is just one of their many bases. These creatures have established hidden outposts across Earth, particularly in remote mountains and underground caverns. The Mygo are not like most alien beings. While their insect-like appearance suggests arthropods, their biology is closer to fungi, giving them a strange, otherworldly quality. They do not rely on spaceships to travel the cosmos. Instead, they use their enormous and grotesque wings to traverse vast interstellar distances. Despite their strange biology, the Mygo are brilliant scientists whose obsession with experimentation knows no moral limits. One of the most chilling aspects of the Mygo is their habit of performing gruesome experiments on humans. Their most infamous practice involves removing the brain of a living subject and storing it in a metallic cylinder. This device keeps the brain alive and can be connected to special mechanisms, allowing the victim to hear, speak, and even see. These brains can remain conscious for centuries, trapped in a metallic prison with no hope of escape. Many describe this state as a fate worse than death. The Mygo are dangerous not because of physical power, but because of their intelligence and cruelty. They view humans as nothing more than tools or specimens, and their scientific curiosity often leads to horrifying results. Anyone who stumbles across their hidden bases or experiments rarely lives to tell the tale, and if they do, their mind is often shattered beyond repair. The Elder Things are another alien species that came to Earth millions of years ago. Unlike the Mygo, they relied on membranous wings to travel between the stars. Their bodies are barrel-shaped and rigid, with strange appendages sprouting from their sides, giving them an unsettling plant-like appearance. Despite their bizarre form, they were highly advanced beings who ruled the Earth for millennia. The Elder Things built massive cities across all continents, as well as in the unexplored depths of the oceans. They were masters of biology, capable of creating and manipulating life. In fact, they may have accidentally created the first forms of life on Earth. Their most infamous creation, however, was the Shoggoths, massive shape-shifting organisms designed to serve as laborers. Eventually, the Shoggoths gained intelligence and rebelled, leading to the slow downfall of their creators. Throughout their long reign, the Elder Things faced wars against other powerful entities, such as the Starspawn of Cthulhu and the Shoggoths. These battles drained their civilization, and over time, they lost their ability to travel through space. They became trapped on Earth, their numbers dwindling as their cities fell into ruin. Today, the largest of these ruins lies hidden in the icy mountains of Antarctica, a place that defies the laws of nature and reality itself. Even though their civilization has mostly vanished, some believe that a few Elder Things still survive, hidden in the depths of the oceans or beneath the earth. If true, these ancient beings remain a significant threat. Their obsession with knowledge and experimentation makes them extremely dangerous, as they have no regard for other forms of life. Humans, in their eyes, are nothing more than subjects for study. The technology of the Elder Things, if ever discovered, could change the course of humanity. While it might offer incredible advancements, it is far more likely to bring destruction. Their creations and experiments spiraled out of their control once before, and there is no reason to believe history would not repeat itself. The Shoggoths are among the most horrifying entities in Lovecraft's universe. Originally created by the Elder Things as laborers, they were massive, protoplasmic organisms designed to carry out any task their masters required. These creatures are amorphous and gelatinous, capable of shifting their form at will. Standing up to 5 meters in diameter, a Shoggoth appears as a writhing, pulsing mass of living tissue, constantly reshaping itself. Its surface can form eyes, mouths, and limbs as needed. an unsettling trait that makes its appearance even more alien and terrifying. The Elder Things initially engineered the Shoggoths to be mindless tools, but over thousands of years, something changed. Exposure to their creators and the passage of time allowed the Shoggoths to develop a rudimentary intelligence. At first, this only made them more efficient workers, but eventually, they became self-aware. The Shoggoths rebelled against their masters, turning on the Elder Things and contributing to the collapse of their once great civilization. What makes the Shoggoths particularly horrifying is their raw power and adaptability. They are nearly indestructible, capable of regenerating and reshaping their bodies after taking damage. Their immense strength allows them to crush and consume anything in their path, dismantling structures and obliterating life forms with ease. Even more unsettling is their capacity for learning and evolution. Some theories suggest that Shoggoths continue to grow in intelligence, potentially developing their own form of consciousness. This evolution, combined with their primal hostility, makes them a dire threat to anything that crosses their path. The Necronomicon offers little comfort, hinting that the Shoggoths are not extinct. Accounts suggest they may still lurk in the darkest corners of the earth, hidden in the deep oceans, lost caverns, or the ruins of forgotten civilizations. In Lovecraft's tales, the icy wastes of Antarctica are home to some of these entities, where they slumber in the ruins of Elder Thing cities, waiting to be disturbed. One of the most chilling aspects of the Shoggoths is their eerie form of communication. Survivors of encounters describe hearing strange, echoing cries, often repeating words they learned during their servitude, such as "Tekulili, Tekulili." This haunting sound reverberates through ancient ruins and dark tunnels, signaling the imminent presence of one of these monstrous beings. For any human unlucky enough to encounter a Shoggoth, survival is nearly impossible. Its size, speed, and amorphous nature make escape a slim possibility. And those few who do survive often lose their sanity. The grotesque and unnatural sight of a Shoggoth defies comprehension, leaving the human mind shattered. The Shoggoths represent the ultimate nightmare of unchecked scientific ambition. Created as tools, they became unstoppable forces of destruction, embodying the terrifying consequences of tampering with powers beyond one's control. If these entities still exist, and all evidence suggests they do, their reemergence could spell disaster for humanity. The Shoggoths, once servants, could rise again as the architects of our annihilation. The Starspawn, also known as Chthonians, are ancient, terrifying beings directly connected to the dreaded god Cthulhu. They arrived on Earth alongside Cthulhu over 350 million years ago, establishing themselves on the now-lost continent of Mu. There, they built immense alien cities, particularly on the islands of Nyarlathotep and Ponape, where their dominion lasted for ages. Eventually, a cataclysmic event destroyed their strongholds, sinking many of these cities into the depths of the ocean and trapping the Starspawn within. Despite this, many are believed to remain alive, dormant, and waiting for the day they can reclaim their place on Earth. The Starspawn bear an unsettling resemblance to their leader, Cthulhu, albeit on a smaller scale. They are described as massive, cephalopod-like beings with writhing tentacles, 2 glowing eyes, and large membranous wings that enable them to traverse the skies and seas. In some accounts, they have been observed shifting into humanoid forms, adding a sinister versatility to their appearance. Their physical strength and size are immense, but it is their cunning and connection to Cthulhu that make them such a terrifying threat. While the Starspawn are not as large or powerful as Cthulhu himself, they still possess enough destructive capability to overwhelm any human force. Their deep intelligence allows them to coordinate their actions with chilling precision, spreading madness and devastation wherever they appear. This race is not merely a mindless extension of their god. Each Starspawn operates with purpose and the ability to act independently. One of the most notable members of this race is Biotis, a particularly massive and ambitious Starspawn. Unlike many of his kin, Biotis was not trapped in the sunken city of Relie with Cthulhu. Instead, he is said to wander the ruins of ancient civilizations, biding his time and gathering power. Biotis dreams of wresting control of his race from Cthulhu himself, an act that would likely plunge the Earth into unparalleled horror. His ambition, combined with his size and cunning, makes Biotis one of the most dangerous entities associated with the Starspawn. The Starspawn are unique within Lovecraft's mythos because they embody both raw physical power and strategic intelligence. Their connection to Cthulhu means they share his ability to influence and manipulate the minds of humans, spreading visions of madness and despair. Many cults have arisen around these beings, mistaking their lesser forms for deities and aiding their efforts to return to the surface. While they are often overshadowed by Cthulhu, the Starspawn are a terrifying force in their own right. The thought of these beings rising from their slumber, whether led by Cthulhu or a rogue like Biotis, should inspire dread. Their re-emergence would mark the beginning of a new era, one where humanity would be little more than prey for a race of ancient conquerors. The Starspawn are not only servants of Cthulhu, but also his descendants and echoes, acting as agents of his will. Wherever they dwell, be it in sunken ruins, forgotten islands, or deep beneath the earth, they await the call to rise once more. To encounter even a single Starspawn would mean madness or death, for their presence alone is enough to shatter the human mind and body. Hastur, often referred to as the Unspeakable One, the King in Yellow, or the Lord of Carcosa, is one of the most enigmatic and dangerous entities in Lovecraft's mythos. While Hastur's origins are shrouded in mystery, he is frequently associated with madness, forbidden knowledge, and a sense of creeping dread that infects those who dare to learn about him. Unlike many other beings in the mythos, Hastur does not rely on brute strength or direct confrontation, but instead spreads his influence through psychological manipulation, corruption, and despair. Hastur is closely tied to the city of Carcosa, a strange and otherworldly place located near the star Aldebaran in the Hyades constellation. Carcosa is often depicted as a desolate and fog-shrouded city on the shores of a black and lifeless lake called Hali. It is said to exist beyond space and time, where reality itself bends and fractures. Those who catch even a glimpse of Carcosa through dreams, rituals, or forbidden texts risk their sanity, as the city's very existence defies logic and order. One of Hastur's most well-known avatars is the King in Yellow, a figure draped in tattered yellow robes and often depicted wearing a featureless mask. The King in Yellow's presence is typically heralded by a mysterious and cursed play of the same name. The text, known as The King in Yellow, is said to drive its readers to madness after just a few pages, as it reveals truths so overwhelming and chaotic that the human mind cannot endure them. Those who are exposed to this play often fall under Hastur's influence, becoming obsessed with the figure of the king and the symbols tied to him, most notably the yellow sign. The yellow sign is a powerful and corrupting symbol that serves as Hastur's mark. Anyone who gazes upon it is said to become irrevocably changed, their minds eroded by its influence. Cults dedicated to Hastur distribute this sign, spreading his influence among the weak and the curious. Those who carry the sign are drawn deeper into madness, often losing their individuality and becoming pawns of Hastur's greater plans. Some victims are transformed into mindless servants, while others become vessels for Hastur's will, spreading chaos wherever they go. Hastur's nature is unique within the mythos. He is not as overtly destructive as beings like Cthulhu or Azathoth, yet his influence is no less terrifying. He operates through subtlety and corruption, infecting entire societies with madness and despair. His followers, often unaware of the true scope of his power, act as his agents in the mortal world, furthering his plans to extend his reach. The spread of Hastur's cult has been described as a sickness, one that erodes civilizations from within until they collapse into ruin. Unlike many other Lovecraftian beings, Hastur's influence transcends physical space. He manifests through art, literature, and symbols, making his presence far more insidious. A whisper of his name, a glimpse of the yellow sign, or a performance of the King in Yellow can be enough to doom entire communities. Those who resist often find themselves hunted by Hastur's agents or plagued by visions of Carcosa and the King, drawing them ever closer to insanity. In Lovecraft's mythos, Hastur is often seen as a rival to Cthulhu, though their relationship remains unclear. Some theories suggest that Hastur exists as a counterpart to Cthulhu, a different facet of the same cosmic chaos. Others propose that Hastur's ultimate goal is to supplant Cthulhu as the dominant force in the universe, using subtlety and manipulation where Cthulhu relies on raw power. What makes Hastur truly terrifying is his ability to corrupt the human mind without direct contact. His influence spreads like a virus, infecting individuals, art, and ideas. Once his presence takes root, it is nearly impossible to escape. Even speaking his name is said to invite his attention, making him a being shrouded in superstition and fear. Lovecraft's universe is a chilling reminder of humanity's fragility in the face of ancient, unfathomable forces. Entities like the mygo and the elder things show the dangers of unchecked curiosity and scientific hubris, while the Shoggoths embody the nightmare of creations rebelling against their creators. The Starspawn reveal the scale of cosmic warfare, and Hastur demonstrates that madness can spread through mere whispers and symbols, corrupting minds and entire civilizations without a single physical strike. What makes these entities truly terrifying isn't just their strength or alien nature, it's the realization that they operate on levels far beyond our understanding, and their influence can seep into our world in ways we can neither predict nor stop. They remind us that knowledge, while powerful, often comes with a cost, and some truths are best left undiscovered. If you want to keep diving deeper into the mysteries of cosmic horror and uncover more of Lovecraft's terrifying creations, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll keep exploring the shadows of the unknown, one story at a time. Your journey into the void is just beginning.